Chairman, Governing Body Commission, Chairman, the Akshaya Patra Foundation, Chairman, Vrindavan Chandrodaya Mandir, President ISKCON Bangalore, head and member of N number of trusts in India across the world. I can't give the count and numbers here.
Dasa of Srila Prabhupada. Chairman Dasa.
Prabhu will be directly jumping into your childhood times. Prabhu was born during the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's not a mere coincidence, and time did prove it in its course. Madhusudan, was he called those days, was born at his maternal grandparents' house as the fourth child of Raman Nair, a scientist in Indian Institute of Science, and Pushpa Kumari, a homemaker. His maternal grandparents hails from a wealthy family of landlords in Palyadi, a place currently in Nagarkol district in Tamil Nadu, bordering Kerala and Tamil Nadu. They followed a daily ritual of praying and chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It was during the ritual that on a devoted evening on 11th September 1956, was born a destined leader amidst the aura of lit lamps and prayers. Madhu Pandit Prabhu has been brought up in an aesthetic decorum of spirituality. Prabhu, do you remember anything about your ancestral home, childhood, and the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra during those days? If you can recollect a few things which you can share with us.
I was only born, no?
But I read at the age of 5, you visited an ancestral home. The memories of those times, if you can.
No, I heard from my mother. Pramana. There was some issue about exact time of birth.
Okay.
So, at some time. So, my mother's reference was, in the Sandhya, as soon as the sun sets, all the children of the house are asked to wash their feet, go to the puja room, sit there and chant.
True.
They used to chant in Kerala the other way.
Yes.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Ram Ram. I remember my mother used to teach me the same way. Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
So
Hare.
it's there all over Kerala.
Yes.
So evening chanting. So my mother's reference was, you were born just after this Sandhya.
Oh, is it?
Like that. So therefore I came to know that.
Okay.
And later on I came to know that in terms of Tithi, it is Radhashtami.
Hari Bol! Srimati Radha Rani ki.
That recently an astrologer told me, Madhusudan. He told, no, you see that particular, 11th September 1956 was Radhashtami. So Tithi wise. So that's how I know. And after that, after 5 years, 6 years, I remember, we were studying in Bangalore, and then we went to every vacation, all
Just
four
go
of us
for
used to
vacation.
go to the, Trivandrum and all the relatives. So there, again, when we were in grandmother's place, same ritual was there. Evening we had to wash our feet and go and sit and chant.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki.
I think that's all the impact of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years back.
Because he had traversed the land of Kerala
all
too.
those places, and then that is how this is. People don't know. But after all the mantras, that particular mantra is
still,
quite prevalent in the homes.
Even after communist rule.
Yes.
Okay.
Still there.
So by the age of 6, you picked up playing chess. And by observing game between your father and your father's friend, you started playing chess and you won a couple of awards too, prizes too. And you were also inquisitive about engineering and technical aspects of things around you. Your father was fond of servicing his vehicle, that is a motorbike which he had. So the motorbike, Triumph motorbike, used to dismantle it, assemble it, and those days you picked up this engineering skill. But can you share a few details about those bike adventure and your relationship with your father, especially in the game of chess?
Yeah, I used to watch them play the chess, and then I got interested. I started seeing what they're playing. So initially, I also started mechanically playing. My father, I will defeat you, like playing the games. So slowly I picked up, and then during the when I was in Trivandrum, there was a chess club. So that helped me to, train myself up. In YMCA, I used to go, and there has to be, in the evening, there used to be training program. So then about 3 years, I was junior Trivandrum, junior district champion.
Hari bol.
Then 1 year, I was state champion. Juniors. Then I was getting lost into it. So at around, when I was in 9th standard, my father told, you stop this, otherwise, your studies.
Typical Indian father.
Yes. He stopped me, and then after that, I did not proceed with chess. But playing chess definitely has helped me, to create the kind of brain circuits that are required for fighting.
The Chanakya Nitis.
Strategizing, fighting, everything. It is all part of the, in chess you have to think 10 steps ahead.
So you recommend folks to learn chess? Do you recommend folks to learn chess?
Yeah. So that all, all these things contribute. And regarding the other inclination of mine, I'm very much after mechanical models, how things work. So that also I was very curious. And then one of the toys for me was my father's motorbike. So he was very adventurous. So he himself used to open up and change this, change that, and all those things. So I used to watch all those things.
If Prabhupada would not have come to your life, maybe you would have become Elon Musk of today's time.
So even now I see that whole idea of how mechanisms work. I've been chasing all along how this mind, body, brain, intelligence, soul, how it works.
So the seed was laid by your father to analyze things.
It's a modern scientific temperament of thinking. That's very much, I pursued that, and it's very much part of me. So even Krishna conscious philosophy also, I think in those terms, and it helps, because after all, our Bhagavad Gita says this is a yantra. So it was very exciting for me. There is an yantra. So this yantra we have to study. In fact, I was thinking that, initially I was thinking, when I read Bhagavad Gita and all that, just before joining, I wanted to do PhD in IIT itself on Sankhya philosophy.
Those days they had Sankhya philosophy as PhD?
Yeah, they had. Not Sankhya philosophy, Hindu philosophy,
okay.
Humanities department was there.
Yeah.
So you could take that and you could do the PhD. Somehow Krishna had some other plan that I did not take that. I joined the movement immediately after my halfway around the intake. I moved and joined. So that way, my brain is wired to think in terms
Anything
of
about your father you would like to share?
My father was very encouraging. He was very, very positive, spirited, adventurous.
It has got into your genes now.
Sometimes I used to say, no, I don't know. He will say, no, you do one thing. Remove the clutch. I was only about 12 years old. Remove the clutch, reassemble it, he will say. Because I have seen him do it. So I had to open up all the bolts, drain out the oil, then use all the tools and take out everything, then fit it back. Then the end, 1 or 2 washers will be extra.
Then you have to
Then I'll have to open
Open it again.
Open up again. Again put those, think where it is. Where was this washer? So he allowed me to, one good thing, my father allowed me to make mistakes. So he gave me courage, which is a very important thing.
Correct.
He said, "No, don't fear.
Don't fear.
Uh,
These days, Father,
yeah.
they pester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Do it.
Do it.
Allowing to do mistakes is a
Yeah.
big.
So at one time, that was when I was in second year in BTech. I came for vacation to Trivandrum. At that time, my father had become head of the ground support division in ISRO. So his department has all this. When the rockets are launched, you shoot telemetry, this thing, all this recording of everything, movies, everything. So that photography division has got the best of the cameras in the world. It's a research center, no?
Even those days.
Those days, ISRO. Best of the cameras were there. So and they're all imported cameras. And sometimes, something doesn't work.
So you had the excess of all those things.
No, I didn't have access. I used to visit. I could see. I didn't have access. But when I came for vacation, at one time my father said, "Look, there is one Hasselblad camera. Very, and if it is not working, if it has to get repaired, it has to go to Germany. There is a normal procedure." So then he said, "Anyway, it is going to go to Germany.
You do it.
Can you try?" Yes.
Wow.
Anyway, he's in charge.
What happened to the camera, bro?
Huh?
What happened to the camera?
No, I tell you, I repaired it.
Hurry ball.
So 2 months vacation was there. I put a white cloth on a table, opened up one by one, and learned how it works. This is pushing this, this is pushing this, this is pushing. That's how it works. Suddenly I saw that one thing that pushes like this, tip is little broken. So I said, I found what the problem is.
You're a problem solver those days also.
Yeah. So I took that part, gave it to him. He went to ISRO, he went to his,
Department.
Mechanical department. Got an alternate made. Small thing it is. Put it back here. Cluck, 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 cluck. It's working.
Wow.
So
amazing. Okay. Bro, I heard when you decided to take it up seriously, you informed your parents. Relatives were not happy with, and even father was not happy with your decision. But mother was okay. Mother was, in that sense, positive towards your decision. What was your relationship with mother be like? You had mentioned that she used to narrate a story of how your grandfather had an encounter with the ghost, and how you would love to hear those ghost stories, bro. And how you should chant the Narayana's name to throw over this ghost, and how your conviction in chanting Narayana's increased those days.
So that way, if you see, in life, at different stages, Krishna makes different people act as guru. So in that sense, my first Nama Guru was my mother.
Oh, Madhu Deva Baba.
How it happened was, a very small child. So mother was telling one story. This is very interesting because see how much a child can get impacted without your knowledge, parents' knowledge. Very deep faith can go inside. So this happened to me. So we were all children sitting, and my mother was telling one story that once upon a time, your grandfather was returning late from the market, weekly market. He was coming back, and on the way he has to go through all the fields and narrow paths and all that. So one Little moonlight was there. He reached one place. Suddenly, on the middle of the path, he saw about 5 people are sitting. And he got scared. So my mother told they were ghosts sitting. And they were sharing meat.
Party.
Meat. They were sharing meat. So all of us children were all tensed. Ghost, meat. Oh, and grandfather, what did he do? Then somebody had told him that whenever you fear, you should simply chant Narayana, 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 Narayana. So, your grandfather started chanting Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. Then he got intelligence. He cannot cross the path. Go and sit like one of them. So, chanting Narayana, 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 he went and sat there. After that, we gave him also one share of meat. Afterward, they got up and they went.
Okay.
They went away.
Oh.
Then grandfather was non-stop chanting Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. Then he threw the meat away and then he walked back and he was completely protected.
Very powerful.
So this story got into my system. So very, maybe from first standard or second standard till about 9th standard or 8th standard, no, 9th standard, I was constantly chanting Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. One time, any little gap I used to get chanting Narayana, Narayana.
Kaumara Machural Pragna. Jack.
So this is Narayana Nama's mercy is there on me. And when your kids know, suppose it rains very heavily, you are fearful.
Yes.
Narayana,
Thunderstorm.
Narayana, Narayana. Lightning, thunder.
Lightning.
Narayana, Narayana, Narayana.
In Kerala, it would profusely rain.
Yeah. For everything like this, my mother used to scare me. Why you are losing pencil like this? One day your father will go to jail because so much loan is there.
Oh.
Immediately he'll say Narayana, 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 Narayana.
Hari bol, Hari bol. Vartava Pradakshaka Guru.
Something is lost in the house. I was very famous. Tell Madhu, he'll find out. What I will do, immediately I'll start Narayana, 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 Narayana. I'll go and search where it is. Take it out.
This is the secret of your success during childhood days.
See, it's so powerful. You're a child, you do not know the value, but you went on chanting. I went on chanting Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. Very powerful. Very powerful. And then I told you, I did this only till the age of 9.
9.
At the age of 9, things changed.
School, science.
No,
physics.
not science and all was going on. I read. So then I was, nobody gives a rational explanation. So far, I've been, with faith I've been going. Suddenly, because of your education and all, I read one book. Vivekananda says, you will be nearer to God by playing football than from reading Bhagavad Gita. I said, ये तो वाह क्या बोला है? Your kids know. You get excited. Something different this man is telling. Acha, hey, oh. Then I became a rationalist.
Did you play football those days? Because
Yes.
your neighbor was Vishwanathan,
Yes.
cricketer.
I used to play football also.
Cricket too also, right? Your
Cricket
neighbor
also,
was
yeah.
Vishwanathan. Vishwanathan is one of the cricketers those days who used to play for the Indian cricket team.
Vishwanathan.
Yes.
Vishwanath. G.R. Vishwanath.
G.R. Vishwanathan.
G.R. Vishwanath. So, all those, what was I before that? That was Bangalore neighbor. Just see how the seed of atheism, that God is not a person, was planted in me by that book. So much so that after SSLC was, result came out, very good result I got, and I scored 100% in maths, science, everything.
100% in mathematics.
Yeah, in the 10th standard. About 10 students had got that, all that. So my father, everybody said, let's go to Guruvayur.
Mhm.
And from Trivandrum went up to Ernakulam. At Ernakulam, my uncle's house, I told my parents, I'm not coming
To the temple.
I'm not coming to the temple. Because now I become a rationalist, big thinker. Big thinker I became. Ye kya hai God sab?
You just past 10 standard.
What God? What is all this God and all these things? ये सब superstition है. मंदिर है, ये जाना, वो करना, ये सब superstition. Where is the rational basis for all these things? So, unknowingly I did aparadh to Guru Ayappa. Later on, after I became devotee, I begged forgiveness from him.
Very well. For all of your information, Guru Ayappan temple is in Thrissur in Kerala. It's a famous temple of Lord Sri Krishna. Prabhu, during your Bangalore schooling days, you were in the convent school, Cluny, and then St. Joseph Indian High School. Then again in Trivandrum in St. Joseph High School later. That kindled your passion for science. Of course, you were very passionate about that those days. You wanted to search what is the cause of all causes.
Right.
Now, the philosophy of Russell gave you the satisfaction because during your IIT days, I remember you sharing that at the end of the book, he said, if I have to be born again, I'll not be a philosopher. I'll not be born as a philosopher. So neither pure science satisfied you, neither philosophy satisfied you, but your thirst for knowing absolute truth was there. And you came across Srila Prabhupada's book in IIT library, Krishna book, the famous instance where he had decided to commit suicide and written a suicide letter in his internal answer sheet. And he went on to go to the library on the final day before committing suicide. And he happened to read Srila Prabhupada's Krishna book. And that was an life-changing moment of Prabhu's life. So just brings to our next question.
Till then I forgotten Guru Ayappan.
Guru Ayappan. Okay.
9th standard till B.Tech.
B.Tech, second year?
Second year.
Second year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So about 5 years.
Guru Ayappan was not in your life.
Yes, not in my cut off. Narayana also cut off.
Cut off.
Stopped Narayana also.
When you came in touch with a bona fide spiritual master, Krishna book, Prabhupada, it rekindled once again.
Everything came back.
Hari bol.
And I tell you, from that 9th standard till B.Tech second year, the worst part of my life.
Minus God, minus Krishna.
Yeah, minus Krishna. Worst part of my life.
The typical college life.
College life. Bad habits, smoking, this, all kinds of things from IIT. So, but Prabhupada saved it. Prabhupada saved it. But there also I was seeking what is the truth, what the truth I was seeking. That is another reason for frustration because I couldn't get the answers. I started with Vivekananda.
And you had encoded with a lot of other
got excited
gurus.
when I was a kid. Then went around and read all these books, then this, then the culmination of that Advaita philosophy was, outside IIT there is one ashram, Chinmayananda ashram. So I used to go there. And then one of the visits, Chinmayananda ji had come. That time he was very famous.
Famous those days, yeah.
Kerala, Chinmayananda Swami. So I visited him. And then I asked him one question. By then I had one big question among Vivekananda's philosophy.
You had a one-on-one meeting with Chinmayananda?
Yes.
Okay.
I had one big question. He said, if we are all Maya, if everything is Maya, and you also say we are God, we are that Brahman. There's only one Brahman. So as in that one Brahman, how did it become so many Mayas? That means Maya is greater than Brahman. Then I said, okay, because they only give the answer. I said, if we are all Brahman, we are all God, then what about all of us? We are all part of God or? No, you're all God, you're all Brahman. In illusion, you are thinking you are part, but actually you are Brahman. Then I said, then if I am, okay, I am in illusion. So in this body there is Brahman, that one Brahman, that one God is an illusion. That means there is another true entity called illusion. Illusion is pulling me down. So where is this one truth? There are two truths. There is illusion is greater than your Brahman. Therefore you are in illusion. Everybody is Purna. You are thinking your Amsha only in illusion. There is only one truth, Brahman. So then he said, no, you see, he gave a snake and a rope analogy.
Yeah.
This, you are seeing a rope as a snake, but actually there is no snake. There is no snake. But I was not convinced. I said, if I had to see the rope as a snake, I should know there is a rope and there is a snake.
There are two entities, snake and the rope.
Yes. Then only there is reality and illusion. Both are there. Then only I can mistake one for the other. No, these things you have to realize. It's called Nirguna Brahma. You cannot explain in words. I was totally disappointed. Then I went on reading many other Ramana Maharshi, all that I read. But this one answer, they could not give. Then, when I read Prabhupada's, first page Krishna made me open was prayer by personified Vedas. That is entirely talking about only this. How Mayavadis are wrong, how God is a person, how we are all Amshas, we are eternal Amshas of God, we are part and parcel, we are tiny Brahman and there is Parabrahman, there is this eternal reality is a fact. We are not God, we are servants of God, we are part and parcel of God. I was so flabbergasted. And the tone in which Prabhupada was speaking in the Krishna book, I knew this person knows what is the cause of all causes.
The time bomb had exploded.
ये सत्य को देख के बात कर रहा है ये आदमी.
Tattvadarshi.
Tattvadarshi. I could see that. I could feel that in that moment. That my life is saved. I'm not going to commit suicide. I changed my mind. Otherwise, that next day morning I was supposed to jump off the main building, IIT main building. Just to create sensation.
Even though you're not
young minds are like that. No, young minds are like that. Anyway, इसको IIT को सिखाएंगे हम. उसे jump करेगा तो सब IIT को blame करेगा.
Even now you're a sensation, bro.
No, materially now I have suicide already over. Now it is a different life. From that day, it is a different life. This is what real initiation means.
Real initiation means.
When the Shraddha comes in the spiritual master, that trigger, that is real initiation.
Program is just a formality.
Yes.
So since you got introduced to Srila Prabhupada books, then 81 you decided to take it up seriously. In IIT Bombay, you had your friends. For all your information, Nandan Nilikani was his senior too, and the former late Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar also was.
He was in the same hostel.
Same hostel. He used to be a mess manager those days. How were you preaching this message of Krishna consciousness to your friends, juniors or equivalents? And because most of us are folks here who are frontliners who would be approaching the students, maybe your story may be a source of inspiration for them if you would like to share a few instances of the club which you formed and had an interaction with some students. You should rag the students, juniors.
Once I got all this, once I read Prabhupada's books, I was so excited. Something that I was looking for, cause of all causes. And that is Krishna. So just like I got practically haunted by Krishna consciousness. Pagal jaise I was talking to everybody, catching and telling Krishna is Supreme Personality God.
We all went through that stage, bro.
तो हॉस्टल एवरीबडी तो गया है,
ब्रेन वॉश हो गया.
गया ये आदमी गया है.
How you felt that during preaching in your college days, folk days?
So then in the mess I used to take out onion, garlic and eat all that. So ये पागल हो गया, क्या हो गया इसका? And then New Year comes, admissions, they, new people join, new students join, freshers. Then you have to, ragging is part of seniors. So हमने बोला हम भी रैग करेंगे. So I used to call boys. They used to call boys and do something. I used to call boys. Do you know who is God? So the guys are scared because they want to answer what you like.
True. I remember. I've been ragged also.
So they are confused whether this man is atheist or what I should say. Then if somebody is there, there's no God. What? Shivering, this is ragging, no? And if he says something positive, I'll tell him, come to my room. Then talk to him. Then discuss. Like that, 2-3 boys I had, they all became devotees.
Hari Bol.
So from the second year to 5th year, we are staying in IIT. Nearly 7-8 devotees.
Yes, bro. I remember. 8.
Yeah, they joined.
Hari Bol.
One after the other, sooner or later they joined. One was Mahasundar Das, Dayaram Das, Jagat Chandra Das,
The
Bhakti
Prabhu
Vinod Swami.
helped you to build the design, Jagat Chandra Prabhu.
Yeah, and Bhakti Vinod Swami, who is sannyasi now in Kerala, preaching in Kerala. Then Radha Charan Das. Like this, many were there. So basically, I was practically whole IIT knew that one guy is gone nuts.
Any instructions to those frontliners who go out for class distribution, book distribution?
Yeah, you never know, where one Madhu Pandit is sitting there.
I would like to
Any kind of, so many Madhu Pandits are sitting in these colleges looking for Satya, looking for truth, looking for answers in life. I was one looking for that. So Prabhupada can reach through his books to any one of them. So our preaching in these colleges is just trying to find out who is ready.
True.
Prabhupada is already there. Every living entity is on a journey of discovering God. Any sincere seeker. So our duty is to find them and give them. And then immediately they'll find answers to their questions in life.
Next question, as you had this scientific temper and you wanted to know the cause of all causes. Right from the beginning you had that. The question is, generally the science is considered to be very pragmatic, it solves real life problems and applicable, useful, technology based. On the contrary, religion, spirituality is taken to be a set of dogmas or dogmatic, because we have to believe in set of rules and regulations, have faith in the teachers or some rituals. So how do you defend the argument that even spirituality is also pragmatic per se as compared to science?
Yeah, it is pragmatic because spiritual life is about, just like practical science is about real things in life. Real impact you can see, science. But here the in the case of philosophy or Krishna consciousness, the impact is on the body, on the mind, and the self. So we all seek happiness. We all seek pleasure, happiness. What is the science behind that? If you know the science behind it, then you can develop technology. Technology is application of that science. If you're not happy, if somebody comes to me, he says he's not happy, then I can use spiritual technology and make him happy.
Okay.
Correct? So I chant and hear Hare Krishna. This sound is the source of all happiness. Proof of the pudding is in the eating. Chant and hear and see how you are experiencing
This
happiness.
is pragmatic.
Pragmatic. This is pragmatic. Real pragmatic.
Real pragmatic.
What is the use of all this, technology, all these big things, facilities for our senses, if we are not happy?
We're not happy. Youngsters committing suicide.
People commit suicide, they're not happy. Money doesn't make people happy. Prestige, social position doesn't make people happy. Ultimately, you see, what makes one happy is a spiritual question. Atato Brahma Jijnasa. Brahman, who am I? Because why are we unhappy? We are unhappy because whom we think we are itself is bogus. When I say I am unhappy, I am thinking I am the body. So at the foundation itself we hit them. You are not the body only, no? So there is misidentification at the starting point itself. Is a cause of all this unhappiness. So we go into the root of who are you? You are not the body. You are the spirit. You are Amsha of Krishna. This is a dream-like Sukha Dukkha. This is not your real Sukha Dukkha. The dream-like Sukha Dukkha, and then you explain the whole science of that. And then we are able to, as preachers, we are able to tell people how to control the mind. How mind should not control you, etc. It all comes out of spiritual technology. So Krishna consciousness is very pragmatic. Very, very pragmatic. It is not that, oh, no, all the youngsters, in the ashram, poor guys, they left all the good things in their life and they are sitting in brahmachari ashram with brahmachari dress and suffering. So much tyaga they are taking. Nothing. We are chanting, dancing, taking nice prasadam and happy.
This is real pragmatism.
We see everybody outside as suffering. And they see that we are suffering.
Going to the next question, Prabhu. You were there in IIT. You could have been any Manohar Parikh or any Nandini Likani or any founder, any CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company. But is there any flashpoint which happened in 80s or 81 that you decided that I have to be inside to do it? You can practice Krishna consciousness being outside. But what is that flashpoint? What is the trigger which said, no, I have to be there full time? Is there any instance like that?
In fact, I was, because we think in a different way, when we are outside. So I was so inspired by Prabhupada that I said, I want to make a lot of money and serve Prabhupada.
Every folk devotee has this initial days.
I want to make a lot of money and serve Prabhupada. Then somehow by the association of devotees, one devotee told me, he's called Juhu, he told me that Krishna is not short of money. For money, you don't have to go and struggle outside. You join and Krishna will provide everything.
It's evident.
And today it's fact. In Bangalore, in a 2-bedroom house, we started that ISKCON Bangalore. And they provided everything, such a huge. people sometimes outsiders become envious. अरे कुछ भी नहीं कहे, कैसा आ गया ये?
इतना बड़ा टाइम
तुम लोग 3-4 लोग था, अभी 6 एकड़ इतना बड़ा मंदिर सब कैसे आ गया? So that way, devotee association is required. They put you in proper perspective. No need to think like that. You'll make money and serve Prabhupada. You serve Prabhupada and you'll make big money.
Big money.
First is serve Prabhupada, then money will come. Not make money and serve Prabhupada.
And serve Prabhupada. Yes.
So that way, see, I have realized in all these years, it has become like a game for me.
Yes.
Think things without money and money will come.
Come.
And all devotees also learnt that.
Yes. Epitome. Examples.
Jagan Mohan, all
Following in your footsteps.
वो कुछ चिंता नहीं है कि बड़ा ड्राइंग बनाएगा. sometimes मेरा इमेजिनेशन से भी आगे बढ़ के लोग ड्राइंग बनाते थे.
प्रभु.
बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट. And it's all happening. It's all happening. इधर pragmatic. इधर बैठ के देखो किधर बैठा है. इधर pragmatic है, not dogmatic.
समझदार को इशारा ही काफी है. So we'll go on to the next question. This is regarding the students. I would read out a dialogue from a movie. This is you always want to defeat this argument. I've heard from your discourses and classes. इतनी शिद्दत से मैंने तुम्हें पाने की कोशिश की है कि हर जर्रे ने मुझे तुमसे मिलाने की साजिश की है. कहते हैं कि अगर किसी चीज को दिल से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश में लग जाती है. If you desire something very strongly from the core of your heart, the entire universe will conspire to get you that. Law of attraction, the secret. So instead of law of karma, the celebrities, the sportsmen, the youngsters at large, they are highly brainwashed or hypnotized by this. I can ask for anything, I can dream for anything, I can get it. How do you enlighten those youngsters who are believing in this doctrine?
अगर बैंक में 10,000 है, अब चेकबुक लेके आशा करो. लिखो उसमें 10 लाख मिल जाएगा क्या?
बिल्कुल नहीं.
Not 1 rupee more than what is in the bank account you will get. So, अच्छा ठीक है, वो एक साइड है. बैंक में पड़ा है 10,000. आप चेकबुक नहीं लिखते हैं, उसमें से 8,000 लेने का इच्छा भी नहीं करते हैं, तो आ जाएगा क्या? 8
नहीं आएगा, बिल्कुल नहीं आएगा.
तो डिजायर तो करना है. सो दे मेक अ फिलॉसफी ओनली आउट ऑफ डिजायर. क्योंकि हर बार सोचते हैं कि बहुत बार मैं डिजायर किया तो मिला. अरे डिजायर किया तो कर्म में था इसलिए मिला. उसके ऊपर एक थियरी बना दिया, लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन. डिजायर करो, कुछ भी मिल जाएगा.
So it's a philosophy of desires only.
Yes, and this is very dangerous because.
How is it dangerous, bro?
It's dangerous because youngsters, you can awaken the giant within you. हम सिखाते हैं तुम दास है, तो बोलते हैं तुम जायंट है, तुम भगवान है,
किंग ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड.
हाँ, और उसका कुछ भी बोलो, अल्टीमेटली कर्मा विल रूल इन. कोई इतना जायंट बनने को ट्राई करता है, वो लिलीपुटी रहेगा. जितना उसका कर्म है उतना तक बढ़ेगा. उसके बाद क्या होता है, वो फ्रस्ट्रेट हो जाता है
because he doesn't get it after that.
So there is a constant defeatism that I followed everything this book said, but I am not becoming big. कोई किसी को, लोग भी ऐसा थोड़ा, कोई स्टार्टअप के पास कोई जाता है, you're a successful startup, then सब उसको चढ़ाते हैं, स्टार्टअप हो गया, ये आप क्या बोलते हैं? तो वो स्टार्टअप वाला बोलते हैं, उसको मालूम नहीं, वो कर्मा अच्छा था, उसको मिला।
हो गया. Yes.
हाँ, 100 स्टार्टअप्स में 1-2 अच्छा होगा,
Yes. 99% startups fail.
99% फेल। तो वो बैठ के एक फिलॉसफी दे देते हैं स्टार्टअप का। पुअर यंग फेलोज सिटिंग एंड अच्छा, ये जैसे किया मैं करने से मैं भी स्टार्टअप सक्सेस हो जाएगा।
My startup will also be unicorn.
So like this they forget, our Indian philosophy, Vedic philosophy says that when you are born in this body, certain things are destined, you cannot cross that. Your wealth or certain things, they're all crossed. Education, all these things are destined. So you cannot go beyond this. Some things you can change, but certain things you cannot change. So what is what it results in? What this kind of literature, one-sided literature, they are not very scientific. So they simply chadaw you.
Because someone who has achieved success in life and he says, I've done this and I've achieved it, the gullible youngsters fall for it and they imitate.
Yeah, that is called blind leading the blind. Prabhupada says, blind leading the blind. So you don't, तुम success हुआ है तो चुपचाप उधर बैठो। तुम मास्टर नहीं है सबको सिखाना कैसा सक्सेस बनना है।
The problem is more than the successful people, the not so successful people write such books also.
Yes, yeah. And then what happens? Nobody sees. Let's say 5,000 copies of the book is sold. So everybody has a desire. So, पढ़ेंगे अभी, Awaken the Giant within me, पढ़ेंगे।
Bestseller.
हाँ, bestseller, पढ़ लिया। उसमें से एक 1,000 बुक रीडर्स में एक 3 बुक रीडर का कर्मा अच्छा था।
अच्छा,
वो सब फॉलो किया, उसको क्लिक हो गया। वो 3 आदमी अच्छा रिव्यू लिखेगा। जो फेल हुआ है पीछे हट के क्वाइटली बैठ जाता है। तो क्या देखता है मार्केट में? वो रिव्यूज। क्या ऑल सक्सेस पीपल ओनली दे टॉक, बिकॉज फेल्ड पीपल विल नेवर टॉक, बिकॉज दे थिंक हमने इसमें जो इन्होंने बोला है वो ठीक से मैं नहीं किया इसलिए फेल हुआ। And somebody who is very seriously following what that book says and he fails, he'll really get depressed. And that is why today so many psychiatrists have, so much work. It's a thriving profession, depression.
Even the number of suicides committed every...
Because they're not realistic. अपना ड्यूटी करो, जो डिस्टेंट है आएगा, ठीक है, go after the goal. But don't get attached to the goal. There is no guarantee that, whatever is your destiny will come to you.
So in that way, a villager who knows existence of God, ऊपर वाला देख रहा है सब कुछ, मेरे जो कर्म में वो मिलेगा, is much more happier and satisfied than the so-called...
वो भी गलत है।
Okay.
वो एक एक्सट्रीम है, ये एक एक्सट्रीम है।
Okay.
सब कर्म है, हम कुछ नहीं करने का है।
Okay.
There's a fatalistic understanding of Hinduism, our Vedic understanding. Fatalistic means सब कुछ चेंज नहीं कर सकता है, सब डिस्टेंड है। We don't say that. We say there are certain material sukha dukkha, they are distinct.
The quantum of sukha dukkha, that is distinct.
That is distinct. तो अभी एक बॉयल इधर आना है, वो डिस्टेंट है। बट समथिंग यू कैन चेंज, इसको इधर प्रेस करने से ये बॉयल इधर आएगा। तो इधर अरे हम तो कुछ किया है तो मेरा बॉयल चला गया, लेकिन इधर आ गया। दिस कर्मा, either not immediately, maybe it will come after few years, whatever suffering you have to go through.
Thank you, bro, for this enlightening answer. So this is going back to your joining days. 1981 you joined. Where did you join? You were also responsible for the Yatra in Trivandrum, and 1983 you became the temple president in Bangalore. So what are those 2 years?
No, I joined 1981 in Bangalore temple.
In Bangalore temple. Okay.
Bangalore temple was a 2-bedroom house. Three foreigners were there. They were foreign devotees. And I went there and that's where I joined. No, that's where I got initiated. Then I went back home. Then I went back to IIT. I joined for MTech. Then after that, one fine day, in the end of first year MTech, I got this inspiration that I was reading the 6 guidelines of surrender: to accept things favorable for devotion service, reject things unfavorable. So I saw in my IIT, too many things are unfavorable. IIT में onion garlic बिना food नहीं मिलता है, ये है वो है, बहुत unfavorable. It was becoming little torturous. So I said, okay, I should follow these things, accept things which are favorable for devotion service. So one fine day, ज़्यादा सोचा नहीं, पूरा पैक करके निकल गया मायापुर के लिए. और मैं पैक करके जा रहा था. Another devotee who was Radha Charan Das, वो आके देखा, Prabhu, you are leaving. I said, yeah, I am leaving Mayapur. You are going to join. I said, I don't know, I am going there. I am going to Mayapur. Then he said, I am also coming. वो अपस्टेयर में वो रूम में जाके सब पैक करके दोनों निकल गया. बाद में आईआईटी में गया ही नहीं. बाद में अभी I could not, actually I wanted to go. They wanted to give this award. Distinguished Alumnus Award. IIT में. So because of Akshay Patra. So I wanted to go, but some other engagement, court case or something was there, so I could not go. But I got, they gave me Distinguished Alumnus Award in IIT. Only one person every year gets it. Okay. All big achievers, IIT achievers from US, all of them get it. The award. Krishna की लीला है, विचित्र लीला है. After coming into spiritual life, I had to become distinguished alumnus.
Mayapur?
So I went to Mayapur. That time, 2 months in villages and all, there were a lot of preaching going on. Namata preaching. So I joined that preaching. Then after that, I came to South India. I came to Bangalore. Then 81 till 82 half. Till 82 end, I was traveling all over South India with a book van.
Traveling
Sankirtan party, distributing books, all these things I was doing. Then at that time, some devotee who was in charge of Trivandrum. It was all just everything coming up. No, ISKCON did not have a big name there. No big name. So they left, those foreigners left. Then I went there. I was sent there. So udhar to nobody is there. So Sankirtan party बंद हो गया, उधर ही बैठ गया. So then I, went to the house and printed 10 Malayalam books when I was there. That was also very exciting because in Kerala and all, people are not like Gujarat and all. People are very pious here. In Kerala and all, 5 paisa nikalta nahi pa.
Yeah, I'm Malayali, I know that.
You know that, no? No charitable disposition at all. वो शॉक हो जाएगा. कोई केरला आदमी सुनेगा, कोई 10,000 मंदिर के लिए, यहाँ 10,000 दिया, वो 10 पैसा डालेगा. So वैसा जगह में I could organize printing of 10 small books of Prabhupada, and that too. See, in Krishna consciousness, everything is unusual. There was one person who used to come to the temple. He was a full drunkard. He's a Brahmin person. Full drunkard. Evening he will come. Like fully drunkard. Because his wife, everybody had thrown him out. So he comes there. Then I used to give him japamala and make him chant. I said, anyway, you are smelling so much, sit on the steps and you chant. So he used to sit on the step and he used to chant. And then within slowly, I was preaching to him and all those things. I said, if you want to, he said, I want to join. I said, if you want to join, then you have to give up this drinking. So he told me, no problem. You don't leave me outside at all. He's addicted actually. I will not go outside this door. Leave me. So then I told, okay, take bath, everything and all, and made him join.
Family man, drunkard.
Yes.
You made him join.
His family is just on the other street. They will not allow him inside. Okay. See, in those days, all inspiration was, he used to read Prabhupada's Leela, no? How hippies, he made happies.
Pig pen.
No, so many things. So you have so much confidence. The chanting, chadega to jayega. So then this devotee, he was about 40 years old. 40 years old man. And every day I used to make him chant, and then I wanted, that time itself I knew that he should hear. So I used to tell him, you go to that corner. He was fully surrendered. Jump means he'll jump. Sit means he'll sit. The good quality. He wants life to be saved. But he's addict. So I told the corner of the room, 2 walls are there. I said, find a corner, look at the corner and chant loudly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. He used to do that. And first 1 week, it was all very difficult. Afterwards, he stopped drinking fully.
Amazing, bro.
And by the way, this man who was such a big drunkard chanted Hare Krishna, that one person, after that, in the next 8 months, he traveled to neighboring districts, which are districts, and he collected all the funds for printing 10 books of Prabhupada.
Very poor.
Money was very difficult in those days. Very difficult. He used to go and he used to collect. His only idea was, yes, I should satisfy Madhu.
That is a secret, bro.
Yeah, I should
That's
satisfy.
a real secret.
He used to go and issue. Somehow, I was shocked that, Keralites are paying this much. And and then printed. It's a very great memory for me. A devotee. Of course, afterwards, after some time, he fell away. After some time, again, he fell into that habit. Due to, again, association, old friends, and they started coming to him and all that. Then again, he fell away. But I am so grateful to him because, this man, he brought all the Lakshmi to print 10 books of Prabhupada. So that soul will always benefit. So, in Trivandrum, there's a very nice adventures I had, like this. You see, when the institution grows big, we have a lot of rules. After 1 year, you can join.
So the other adventures are done
see
by
all
Prabhu.
those things. So, what time ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Yep. ठीक है.
Okay, then you came back to Bangalore again.
Yeah. Then in 83, I came back to Bangalore. Again, Bangalore also, same thing. Some devotee who are in charge of चले गया. कोई नहीं देखने के लिए. तो उधर से इधर आया, उधर भी चार्ज था, इधर भी चार्ज था. बाद में इधर हमारा IIT से दूसरा एक ज्वाइन किया, महासुंदर, उसको दे दिया और हमने बैंगलोर में I sat Bangalore. Bangalore is a bigger preaching field.
So going to one next question, I would like to quote you. You said this in one of the interview. Srila Prabhupada's thinking was always big for preaching. And we were working on behalf of Prabhupada. I just happened to inherit the same thinking. You went on to add the realization that Krishna, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has a mission in this world. I was just trying to align with that mission. The mission was definitely not about just maintaining a mata establishment. It was to spread the message of Krishna consciousness. Now we saw the image of that Kharab land, 6.5 acres, now to a monumental, iconic ISKCON Bangalore. You are known for transforming such Kharab land and Kharab souls into beautiful devotees and majestic temples. We see the tallest temple in the world, Krishna Lila theme park, 65 kitchens of Akshay Patra all across India, feeding 20 lakh kids every day. Temples in India and abroad. For most of you, we have a couple of centers in United States of America. We have it in Singapore and Malaysia. I don't know if Prabhu wants to say some other places.
इसमें मेरा कनेक्शन क्या है?
And I'm coming to the point, bro. I'm coming to the point.
बहुत डिवोटीज बहुत कर रहा है.
That's your humility, bro. The question generally people ask. Anyways, general लोग कुछ कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना, but still, why build such huge mammoth temples? Even sometimes devotees accuse that we are all made for projects. We should focus on preaching. We focused on feeding, that the feeding program became bigger. So how do we answer those critics within and outside? Think big for Prabhupada, build temples, projects.
See, we are just, Prabhupada has told this Krishna consciousness movement will be there for 10,000 years. We are in the dawn of that 10,000 years. So in 10,000 years, if this has to, survive this Krishna consciousness movement, certain foundations are required. So we are the people who are building those foundations. We should have, like Prabhupada told in Bombay, why are you building such materialistically glittering marble temple? They criticized Prabhupada. Press asked Prabhupada. Prabhupada said that I am not building these temples for myself. Neither Krishna wants this temple. Krishna is everywhere. He is in the temple also, but he is everywhere. So he doesn't need temple. If I sit in a hut, how many people will come to me to listen about Krishna? So Prabhupada said, I have to build this temple. It's like, if you want to catch a thief, you have to run faster than the thief. So people are after materialistic glitter. So unless you make glittering temples, nobody will come. So this is actually the purpose. It's a strategy. It is not absolute. Temples are not absolute. Krishna is everywhere. But this is a preaching strategy for the sake of attracting the living entities. Just like we build big temple. We are staying in that temple. But we never feel that we are staying in any big house, big palace, big temple. Nothing. We don't feel. We are just in the ashram. Right? So it's not for us. So making such big mammoth structures, it creates a brand for the institution. Very important. Because our target audience is people who do not know anything about Krishna consciousness. Just like you made such a big temple in Bangalore that we are able to attract 10,000 people every day. 20,000 people we are able to attract weekends. In the beginning days, devotees used to say, when I just started the temple thing, the short-sightedness, you see how it is? Devotees used to say, I stopped book distribution. We used to do book distribution 84 to 87 every day. I stopped all book distribution team and said, let's go on collection. So that a lot of devotees were very disturbed. They said, Prabhu, book distribution cannot stop. So I told, see, book distribution, if you build a temple, people come and buy books. Now you're going and standing in the footpath and trying to sell books. In Bangalore, in 1982, I used to stand from morning 10 o'clock till evening 6 o'clock. Whole month, 1 or 2 Gita will go. Or small book, every day 1 or 2 small books will go. Japamala will go, a lot will go. There was one Hari Om Sharan cassette was there. You play cassette recorder. Everybody wants to buy only cassettes. So as if like I am going to sit there and sell cassette के लिए जाके आया है. वो सुबह से शाम तक कैसेट बेचने के लिए गया है. That is not Prabhupada's bhajan also. Some bhajan, some music. हरि ओम शरण, अनुद गलोटा, ये सब इतना इम्प्रिंटेड है मेरा मन में, क्योंकि इतना बार गिना है आज कितना कैसेट गया है, कितना कैसेट बाकी है. अभी भी इमेज नहीं गया आफ्टर 40 years.
स्ट्रगल ब्रो, स्ट्रगल.
पूरा बैग, बड़ा बैग सब पैक करके, इतना बड़ा बैग, स्पेशल बैग यूज्ड टू स्टिच, broad shoulder so that weight it can hold. And then one side we used to carry this folding table. वो कपड़ा से folding table है, like a scissor. So that used to carry, and then go into the bus and reach Majestic.
Go in the bus.
Go in the bus and get in the Majestic. अरे बस नहीं तो रिक्शा में जाएगा तो कितना सेल्स हो वो भी नहीं मिलता है. उस दिन छोटा बुक 2 रुपया है. Beyond Birth and Death was 2 rupees, I remember selling. Now how much is it? 40 rupees. How time has changed. Small book is 40 rupees. Which you sell for 2 rupees. So
you would sell in a Majestic bus stand.
Majestic bus stand. So then I told devotees. Anyway, it was I didn't have that big logic that day. But somehow inspiration. I said we have to build. Today, if you see, Bangalore temple, after darshan, Gita counter is there. 200 Gitas per day we are selling. So was it a good decision or not to stop book distribution, build the temple and multiply book distribution? In 7 years or 8 years, 96 we opened, 87 we stopped book distribution, 9 years. 9 years, if all the devotees, let's say 3 teams were there, book distribution. महीने में कितना गीता हो गया? 3 गीता. एक साल में कितना गीता हो गया? 36 गीता से एक साल में. इधर एक दिन में 200 गीता. बुद्धि यूज करना. You have to understand Prabhupada's buddhi. Why in India he is stressed? Big temples. Why?
He himself was
brand. It builds the brand. People will come to you. If you make a big temple in America, everybody is not going. Nobody is going to come. ना फायदा नहीं है. Of course, nowadays so many Indians are there. एक mini India हो गया. तो उधर बड़ा मंदिर बनाने से वो भी काम होगा. So like that, book distribution, waited for 9 years. Every day, how many books are going from this temple? Is it intelligent that you go and sell the book to somebody? Or you create a system by which people come to you, purchase and go? This is temple. See, because of this big temple, whatever, even this is not the real big temple. ये मंदिर में Sunday क्या? What kind of people will end up? So you have to understand the spirit of it.
So going further, say a student who come to attend our classes, if he has a question, he asks me, I'll be able to answer his question. If I have a doubt, I have some difficulties, I approach my authorities in the temple. If they have a challenge or a difficulty, they contact you or Chanchalpati Prabhu. What if you have a challenge or an obstacle or a difficulty? Whom do you contact? Whom do you approach? How do you solve that issue or the problem?
No, solution to all problems, Prabhupada says, repeatedly read my books. I have given the answers in my books. So, our first attempt is to go and search in Prabhupada's, what does Prabhupada want? You pray to Krishna, what does Prabhupada want? because real practical problems are quite challenging sometimes. You don't get a direct answer. So you have to, then next is a collective intelligence. We discuss with, as a GBC, governing body. We have an elected body. So instead of one mind, many minds put together, they see the same thing, because no two persons sees the same thing. You should know this. There is a richness in collective decision. You'll be forced to think differently. And also, if people have different opinions, it's a question of churning. It is not that, your Jagan Mohan is telling something which is different from what Madhu Pandit Prabhu is telling. No, it is not that. That forum is meant for that. Designed for that. So that his idea, other GBC's idea, everybody's GBC's idea will come. They differ, they give different discussions. And then, it enriches. And democracy that way is nice. Just like opposition has a role to play. The opposition doesn't play the role, then the government becomes not a democratic government. So they can see only in one way. Kaisa kaam karana hai, government. Those who are in government, kaisa kaam karana hai. And those who are not in the government, kaisa kaam rukana hai.
That's what's happening all across the globe.
So it balances out. So every government who is ruling is very cautious. Galat nahi karna hai, newspaper mein nahi aana hai, next vote bank chahiye. So they are very cautious. I'm saying that just like that, when there are multiple minds, especially in a Vaishnava atmosphere, we all sit and we discuss. We come up with very creative solutions, because organizational problems are quite challenging very often, and especially disciplinary action and devotees who deviate, because the devotees are given their life. बहुत सोच के हमने डिसाइड करना है. कभी कभी कितना सोचता है, घंटे घंटे सोचता है, मीटिंग आफ्टर मीटिंग सोचता है, ये डिवोटीज का केस में क्या करना है, कैसे कंपैशन भी दिखाना और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का करेक्टिव एक्शन होना, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का नेम फेम वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो इट इज अ बिग चैलेंज मैनेजिंग अ बिग इंस्टीट्यूशन. So many temples now, and how many more temples are going to come?
How many more temples to come?
Now under construction itself, so many are there. Another 10, 12 are there under construction, and after that, so many more to come. In India, every city will have to have a temple of our Hare Krishna movement. So we have not even covered the capital cities of all the states. We have not covered.
You had plans for the United States also.
Yes, United States, 3 key temples have come. One is in the eastern coast, western coast in San Jose. There we have got our own land now, 90 acres of land.
90 acres.
90 acres of land. And right now, it's in the West Coast, very difficult to get plan sanction, because their rules are so tough. It's as tough as building. They're very environment conscious. Height itna nahi jana, 100. So that is stage we have crossed. Then
so we got the permission for the construction.
We got permission for the construction. Then in the West Coast, in New Jersey, that's our own property. That's also very nice, quite a big property. Now recently, our devotee there in Boston, very successfully we have
got a church.
No, big church, big building we have purchased with about, I think, 10 acres or something. Very nice. It's just in the city.
This is MIT Boston,
nearby. Yeah, very near all those institutions. So there, this July is Pratishtha there. I'm going for that. They bought the building, they demolished it, they created a lot of things, made a temple hall, design, everything. Temple itself is getting ready there by July. So more and more temples will open abroad, also in Malaysia. Temple is getting constructed. And Malaysia, 2 temples. And we have to see Krishna's plan. Now all of you have to now become very active. Now we are getting old, myself, Chanchalpati and all. Now it's all, how to expand more temples are all left in your hands. All sitting youngsters. Otherwise, what you will do rest of your life?
Hopefully, we'll be able to fulfill your dreams.
Yeah.
Prabhu, let's go into some controversies or real-time issues. The temple gate. You play that. Prabhu, can you see this image? Peace eludes, conflict pervades ISKCON. You're sitting in front of the temple gate. Jagannath Prabhu is standing next to you. What is happening?
Yeah, that's an Indian Express cutting.
Yes, because most of us sitting here are not aware about what you went through as a person. 98, you came to know about this, and you had a long legal battle for close to 15 years.
I need 10 hours to explain that. It'll be an interesting story. So, a lot of twists and turns are all there.
The audience are ready. Is it not? Haribol?
No, it will take a lot of time.
At least in a nutshell and a brief.
In a nutshell, you see.
Because we have not seen the struggle what you have gone through. We are born into the hands of Srila Prabhupada. We are indebted to you personally, all of us, because we got Prabhupada as our spiritual master in this organization. Because Prabhupada was available for everyone, but as an institutional head, as a Diksha Guru of the ISKCON, we were into that organization directly. So the struggle what you went through to enlighten, what is this July 9th letter and what is the debate we had to go and fight across?
You see, this is the July 9th letter. I saw this letter in the year 1998, 97, when I went for temple inauguration in New Delhi. I saw this letter. One devotee showed me this letter. And this letter basically says that Prabhupada has appointed 11 people as his representative. And he used the word Ritvik. And they shall initiate everybody in ISKCON on behalf of Prabhupada. Prabhupada will be the guru of everybody. Those lines are, when you read this letter, you will find. They are initiated disciples of His divine grace. So then I was shocked to read this letter.
This was not revealed to the rest of the ISKCON before that.
No, ISKCON knew. ISKCON knew about this letter, but it was, we only popularized it. Our group has popularized it. So in those days, एक corner में पड़ा था. And when I read this, till then I was believing that is what is propagated in ISKCON. Letter कोई पढ़ता नहीं है. See, today we have got folio, we have got internet. उस सब इंटरनेट नहीं है तो ये सब हाथ में नहीं आएगा. ये लेटर सब कैसे आएगा? No, you don't imagine today's world is like 1998 world. Just internet and all just began. Email just started. So, till then I was believing Prabhupada appointed 11 people after his lifetime. Now you give Diksha. So you see, then who showed me this letter, I told him, नहीं, इसके बाद एक लेटर है, प्रभुपाद ने अपॉइंटमेंट किया. तो वो डिवोटी चैलेंज किया कि इधर भी अपॉइंटमेंट नहीं हुआ है. अच्छा, अपॉइंटमेंट नहीं हुआ तो कैसा इन लोग गुरु बन गए? मैं खुद पूछा, नहीं हो सकता है. Prabhupada, whatever Prabhupada did, you should do it. So also by 97, I had all the questions answered. In philosophical question was very, Krishna conscious philosophy was answering all questions except one question. Why gurus fall down? I did not have answer for that. Because out of this 11 people, By then, about 6 people had already fallen down.
97, 98.
More than 6, 7 had already fallen off by 98. So I had no answer for this. Krishna consciousness philosophy is perfect, answered all questions. If Prabhupada appointed these people to be gurus, how can Prabhupada make a mistake? They fell down, number one question. Naturally, we can never swallow the fact that Prabhupada made mistake. So what I would interpret is, no, they made offense against Prabhupada himself, therefore they fell down. Like that, ऐसा justify करके काम चल रहा था. एक गिर गया, this devotee fallen out of grace in Europe, that devotee fallen out of grace in London, that guru fell down there. So this is it was so clear for us. When most impressive thing about ISKCON for me was in Science of Self-Realization, where I used to read Prabhupada talking about bona fide guru, never falls down, cheating nahi hoga, who perfect hai, he never forgets Krishna. All these things were so much. And I said, this is not matching with reality. When I came to know that, yes, Prabhupada gave this letter, and this is not appointment of Acharya, but it is appointment of Ritvik Acharya. Everything fell in place. Yes, now I know what mistake has happened. Otherwise, I cannot explain this. Then I took it up seriously. Went to the GBC meeting in 1998. At that time, support me was Calcutta President Adridharan Prabhu and others. So 3 of us went to GBC, asked time for they gave me time. Because they gave me time because just we had finished Bangalore temple opening, such a big project.
They called you, or you had gone personally on your own?
No, I asked for time. So they gave time. And yes. So then when I sought the time for this question, they did not know how much deep I was already in. So the GBC sent me all the counter papers against Ritvik. So I read all of them and I was not convinced. So they gave me 1 hour to the international GBC. I went and presented everything. I said, this movement has been derailed. It should have been run as Prabhupada wanted. All these 11 people should have been only Ritviks and should not taken up the position of being Acharya or being Guru. And an Acharya Guru cannot fall down, but these Ritviks can fall down. They are not perfected living beings. On behalf of Prabhupada, they are giving Diksha. So next day they said, okay, thank you Madhu Pandit, very intelligent presentation. All out of 30 people, 27 people were foreigners. Congratulations Madhu Pandit, thank you, wonderful presentation. But we don't disagree. We disagree with you. Okay. Next day they sent us away. That very afternoon they passed a resolution that Madhu Pandit Das, Chanchalapati Das, Satvik, Adridharan were all expelled from the movement. If they stay in the movement, it will be poison. And they made a whole elaborate resolution. Even now you will see the GBC resolution if you go, 1998, on Ritvik. It's a dangerous doctrine, this thing, everything. After that, so many things. That's why I said it's a long story. Court battles, fights, mudslinging in the media, everything. Because they cannot, see, when you cannot answer bona fide questions put to them, the only way is to blacken the face. To say he is a thief, he is this, he is stolen, and all those things. And, that's why it's a long story. If you hear the kind of bad mouthing that they have done to see that ISKCON Bangalore is finished, older devotees only know the kind of bad mouthing that they have done. Very low things they have talked.
Personal attacks,
Yeah.
global.
All those things. And by 2010, more or less by 2010, they stopped attacking. 2011-12, they stopped attacking. Because it had reached one peak. After that, you tell anything against Madhu Pandit, it was going against them. Okay. So they stopped. Because the Padma Shri I got, this one, that one, all those things. Then people started, this counterproductive. Even now, if there is a chance, they will do. Anyway, it is for new devotees and all. It's unfortunate to hear such things, but at the same time, you should be spirited that truth triumphs. That's because of whatever Prabhupada wanted. If you want to implement, you can see this whole Hare Krishna movement is growing, and Prabhupada is, and this Hare Krishna movement is only temples where you can feel Prabhupada is my Guru.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Every one of you can feel that Prabhupada is my Guru, and we are all here to help you to get attached to Prabhupada, the perfect spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master, who will take you back to Godhead. And this is expanding. The movement is expanding. You'll be surprised that there'll be an Hare Krishna explosion. One more explosion will come. Explosion has not happened. 1966, Prabhupada created an explosion. Explosion means big preaching will happen. Happened 1966. वो explosion का impact अभी भी हम उसका effect देख रहे हैं. Similarly, there will be an explosion in a big way. It may be due to technology or whatever it is. In a big way, there will be an explosion in preaching. At that time, any rational man, any reasonable man, they will understand that the other GBC are deviated, and Prabhupada will be the Guru for the entire world.
So, I just remembered a quote of Srila Prabhupada. I don't have a reference for this. It is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Prabhupada says, whenever an Acharya leaves the society, there will be chaos and confusion in the society. But later on, sincere disciples of the Acharya will once again revive the movement. We can see that happening. So,
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. See, nobody can fool Prabhupada. For some time you can, but eventually you cannot.
Talking about Padma Shri, you were shortlisted for the prestigious award of the government of India way back in 2004, and you could have just refuted the certain questions which they asked about, which was far from true. Why did you not refute? And you would have got that award way back in 2004 itself. Why you had to wait another decade almost to receive it?
See, what happened was, the list went to Mr. Advani. He was the Deputy Prime Minister then. So they went and told him, no, he is like this, he is like that, he is like this, you cannot, how can you give Padma Shri to him? So this was told to me by the person himself who went and did all this, that leader. Immediately Advani took a red pen and put on, underline there. And they thought it's over. They came away. Actually, the devotee told the right words, he told. Advaniji was shocked. लोग ऐसा बोलता है, extreme you have to tell. Then only they will believe, और कुछ गलत कर रहा है, wrong आदमी को दे रहा है, कुछ controversy हो जाएगा कल परसों, वो criminal है. ये आदमी criminal है. All these things. So naturally it will go to the person who recommended. So Advani sent that to Dr. Murli Manohar Joshi, who was the HRD minister in charge of midday meal and all those things. He's the one who recommended. So he called up and told, Swamiji, ऐसा एक objection आया है, and only 3 more days left. No, day after tomorrow it's going to be announced. Today they are going. So today Murli Manohar Joshi called me and said, give me just 1/2 page. What is this court case? क्या है? Guru issue क्या है? लिख दीजिए, clear हो जाएगा. Immediately I told him, see, this is an award being given by the government. It's not right for me to justify. I don't want to give a return thing and counter all these things and get the award. आप भूल जाइए, इसका जरूरत नहीं है, ये जरूरत नहीं. Then he was surprised. Then after that, next day also again he made called me up. Swamiji, एक note दीजिए, we'll solve it. I said, forget it. ऐसा ही होने दो. Because I do not know. He put a underline. मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा मान. वो justify करने का जरूरत नहीं. So that way that my name was cut off. But after that, Dr. Murli Manohar Joshi developed so much respect for me. अरे इन लोग अवार्ड के लिए थोड़ी काम करता है. हमने एक 1/2 पेज दे दो बोला, हम नहीं किया. Then after 12 years, 2016, it came.
Naturally.
And this time also, please remember, I have got on record. एक दिन ये सब बुक में लिखेगा. इसलिए बोला ये 10 घंटा नहीं चाहिए. I need लंबा, इतना मोटा है इसका कहानी लिखने का.
किसका कहानी ब्रो?
हाँ?
किसका कहानी?
ये जो कहानी जो गुरु इशू जुलाई 9 का शुरू से अभी तक क्या हुआ है, बहुत चीज रिकॉर्ड में है. लोग प्राइम मिनिस्टर को जो सबमिट किया लेटर, ये सब निकाल के रखा है. हाँ, कॉपी निकाल के रखा है with evidence. This time in 2016, in writing they are put to the ministry again. Don't give award to this person. उनको काम नहीं है, हर साल देखते हैं क्या अवार्ड मिलता है इसको.
Please play.
It was not a branch, each center is independent. We have directive from Prabhupada, where Prabhupada is saying that do not centralize anything. This is in 1972. Do not centralize anything. Each temple must be independent and self-sufficient. That was my plan from the very beginning. Do not think in this way of big corporation, big credit, centralization. Then Prabhupada says, never mind, there may be botheration to register each center, take tax certificate each, become separate corporations in each state. This will train men how to do things, and this is the way ISKCON is run all over the world. Let them go and try to control ISKCON New York. Will they do it? No, they will not allow. In ISKCON America, there are 40 separate incorporations. Our unity is through unity of objectives. We all have a common objectives. We are all the same brotherhood. When the theological dispute began, we started asserting our legal rights. That's what happened in 1990. We always knew we were separate, independently registered organization. We have produced enough documents in the court. The society was, Karnataka Society was registered in 1978. I had not even joined ISKCON. So to say that there is only one ISKCON, it's not true. In the eyes of law, it's not true. Maybe in the eyes of this High Court judgment, not even the order. But if you register a society in 1978, it's in the record of registrar of societies. How can you say there is only one ISKCON?
Okay.
It went on for a long time.
Yes, this is one.
At that time, one big politician who was behind them. Who was the, main man. So they had taken their help. So, on call, after this debate, they called for any questions. He is calling in. Such a big man, he is calling in. And then he's telling something, fraud and all these things. Why you're doing all this fraud, something. I know that that's not part of this. You should see. So he calls in and says that. So I told him, you are a politician. Why you are interfering with religious matters? You do take care of politics. Don't come into this. I gave him back. So that time he was everybody feared him. Kumar means there's like a. So even press people, everybody was shocked. Till today, the entire press in Bangalore, they always remember this whenever they meet me. Swamiji, nimige dhairya irodu avnige to tell that.
That means it translates. You are the only person who have guts to face.
And then after that, he got into so much trouble. And recently, he came, he had breakfast, apologized, everything. Yes. Because I filed a defamation case against him. 1 crore defamation. Then his advocate called up, let us compromise. I said, okay, I can compromise provided he come before the deities. Come, we have no thing like that. So he came with his wife and all and had breakfast and all. We patched it up.
We have good relationship with him now.
We have good relationship. एक बार प्रभुपाद हमारा पीछे, all ISKCON's problems will be solved.